Hey guys, your boy JT and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories, and it is time to go through the Leeds United versus Burnley pre-match preview. So yes, we got some points on the board last week. Finally, some much deserved points on the board. A 2-2 draw against Everton it was in the end. Was it a deserved 2-2 draw? Did we deserve to get a bit more? I think you should check my post-match breakdown on that if you want some more in-depth analysis on that game. But spoiler, overall I think we can say that a draw was about the fair result. We were not clinical enough, we didn't have our cutting edge, and maybe now that Patrick Bamford, the big news of the week, Patrick Bamfordinho has got his England call up, hopefully that will surge his confidence. Hopefully that will create something that wakes him up, something that brings back the Bamford of old. And yes, I'm not one of the people that thought Bamford had a terrible game. A lot of people thought Bamford was useless, he was rubbish, he was woeful against Everton. I heard some people suggesting we drop him. And hey, whilst I do want Rodrigo back in the side, I do not think that dropping Patrick Bamford is the answer. And let me tell you why. Patrick Bamford, although in front of goal you could say he left a little bit to be desired, although his touch did seem a bit sloppy at times, he didn't quite see that sharp, energetic self that he usually is. The guy was still putting himself about, he was still causing problems for the defenders, he was causing them nightmares. And I said it last time, look at our first goal, look at Klitsch's goal, and look at the work that Patrick Bamford did. He was alert to the fact that RAPHINHA was going to flick it on. He created space in that midfield to forward position, he cut them open, he absolutely ended Michael Keane's career. And that's the sort of stuff he was doing all game, in my opinion. A very worthy adversary, and someone who I believe that the critics were rather harsh on, rather unfairly harsh on against Everton, if you ask me. However, turning on to someone who the critics were not so unfairly harsh on, that is that man, Junior Firpo. Now, let me know down in the comment section down below right now, are you starting Firpo? Are you leaving him on the bench? Are you sending him back to Barcelona after last week's performance? I was hearing a whole range of comments. Some people saying that we should never assign the guy, they never want to see the guy in a Leeds United shirt again. And some people saying, hey, look at the way he was coming forward at near the end of the game there. He showed sharp pace, he showed creativity, he showed injection. He was working well with Jack Harrison on the left-hand side, I heard people say. Now, what's the truth? What is the reality of the matter? And if you ask me, it's something in between. I don't think that he was necessarily car crash level terrible to the point where you wouldn't be able to see him come into the game again. Yes, I was probably a bit harsh on him when I did go through it last week, but upon reflection, obviously, it is his first proper league start. Obviously, he came on at half-time against Man U. Didn't really have enough time to cause an impact of anything. It's his first proper start, his first bite of the cherry, and I'm going to give him a bit of leniency. That being said, I don't think he did too much going forward. I didn't rate any link-up play with Jack Harrison, to be honest. I feel like Jack Harrison was actually having to sacrifice some of his forward play to cover for Firpo at the back at times. Now, last time we played Burnley at Turf Moor, we were able to keep a clean sheet. It was a very strong performance, and it did come right after getting smacked, humiliated by Man United at Old Trafford yet again. And everyone was going on, oh, our defence is leaky, we'll never be able to keep clean sheets. But what happened? We go over to Burnley and we keep a clean sheet. Granted, probably shouldn't have been with that whole Melier situation. I don't know how we got away with that one there, but we kept a clean sheet and we went 3 at the back, which is what I believe he will do again. Bielsa has a way of figuring out teams, figuring out what is good at counteracting certain teams. And Burnley at home, they're very resolute, they're very strong, and they're very tough to beat at home. And especially with fans back in there, could they make it a fortress? You know, they might be able to get at least 200 fans in there tomorrow. So it could be quite a raucous occasion over there. So maybe that's something that we've got to look out. And if you're asking me who I'd slot into that 3 at the back, I'd have Cooper in the middle, I'd have Struijk on the right, and I'd have the main man Llorente out at left centre-back. That is right, Llorente is rumoured to be fit and ready to go tomorrow. Hopefully he is. Again, it's probably about a 50% chance he does play. However, if we are going to go through at the back, we're going to need him because Robin Koch is rumoured to be out of this game, out of commission. He is injured. He cannot feature. So having Llorente back is very, very crucial if we are going to go through at the back, which I think we will do. Then, of course, if I was going to finish off the defence quickly, Luke Ayling at right wing back. Can he get another goal? He's already got 1 goal to his name in 2 games this season. Can he get another one? Left wing. He's probably going to put Jack Harrison. If I was going to say something, he'd probably put Jack Harrison at left wing back. Probably put RAPHINHA kind of in a circling holding position up front with BAMFORD, and then probably fill out the midfield too with Phillips and Dallas. If I was to have a guess as to what he would do with 3 at the back, that is what I'd go for. But what about you guys? What are you saying? Would you go with the 3 at the back? Would you go with the standard 4-1-4-1 that we usually deploy? And to be honest, let's be real here. Even if we do start with a 3 or start with a 4, the way our formation plays, when we don't have the ball, we'll start off and around a 4-1-4-1 formation. That's kind of how we would usually set up in a regular game. You'd have Calvin Phillips in that pocket kind of patrolling everything. You'd have RAPHINHA and Harrison hugging the wings. And you basically leave Klitsch and Dallas to roam around the midfield while BAMFORD does a lot of the pressing up front. But the second we get the ball back, usually the 2 centre-halves will push up to around the midfield position because we'll be swarming them in. Calvin Phillips will drop back into that defence, make it a defensive 3. Calvin Phillips is so vital. This is what I've been saying about us missing Calvin. He is so vital in slotting in there, in just basically everything we need to do with the formation changes. He is so intelligent. People don't rate his intelligence highly enough. And against a side like Burnley, they're going to stick Chris Wood up there. Let's be real. Chris Wood is going to be roaming that area. He is going to be data-free 3G roaming all over that pitch. Just waiting for that ball to fall. And any time that ball gets anywhere over the halfway line, he is sprinting it down. He's elbowing you in the face. He is doing anything he can to get onto that. And boy, I do not want Chris Wood scoring against Leeds United. I'll tell you that for a fact. Look, no hard feelings against Chris. Don't get me wrong. He gave me some great memories back in the day. I mean, that last-minute equaliser against Newcastle. Who could forget that? But no. Not gonna happen, Chief. But aside from that, there's no threat. Let's be real here. There's no threat with Burnley. We are 10 times better than them. And if we don't get a victory tomorrow, we are in serious problems. I mean, thankfully, there are relegation fodder sides like Arsenal just padding the bottom of the table, making it harder for us to fall down there. But believe me, if we don't start winning soon, we could really get ourselves into problem, because we got Liverpool coming up after that. And I know, look, as I turn to my left right now, they are currently losing to Chelsea. They're currently getting slapped up by Chelsea, might I say. But we still have Liverpool coming up after that. And we cannot afford to have 4 games played with 1 point on the board. That is simply not good enough if we even have any dream of getting Europe, let alone securing a guaranteed top half of the table finish. We need to start with wins. We need to start getting some serious pointage on the board. And we need to start tomorrow. And despite what I said about Bielsa starting a 3 at the back formation, despite what I said about the fact that once he finds a tactic against a team, he usually sticks to it, I much prefer us playing with a 4 at the back. And I want to see Rodrigo. I don't care who has to miss out of Dallas or Klitsch. I want to see Rodrigo in that midfield position. I just feel like he would have an absolute field day against Burnley. I know they'll probably be tight on him. I know a lot of people are probably saying he's too lightweight for this game. He's not quick enough on the ball. This is a game where you need Klitsch in there to do the business. But come on. The gulf in quality between Rodrigo and that Burnley midfield is absolutely aching. gaping, staggering, and I feel like he just has to play. And if he does, I am going for a 3-0 win tomorrow. I'm talking about a clinic. I'm talking about a crushing. I'm talking about us finally managing to secure our defense, and with 2 at the back partnership of Struijk and hopefully Llorente, I feel like that is exactly what we will do. I feel like he will go with Cooper instead, but for me,